while we're talking January transfer targets, let's get stuck into some centre-back talk, because we mentioned before that we could be at a bit of a disadvantage now, Chris, for Mark Gay, because the likes of Bayern, Barca, Madrid can all really chat with him in January, openly chat with him in January. Now, we have a similar advantage if we wanted Deo Upamecano as an example. But what's your thoughts going into this January transfer window? Because there's a lot of stuff that's up in the air. We don't know Joe Gomez's long-term future. He's also had links to AC Milan again. We still don't know Ibrahima Konaté's future. Virgil's 33. We know Giovanni Leone is here, but he won't be available for us this season. What do you think has to be done in January? Like, if you were Arne Slot, day one, would you be going with centre-back, or do you think he's going to roll the dice and let it go a bit longer?
I think he'll be a really quiet window, unfortunately. I hate to be the bearer of, I hate to be James Pearce here, but I think he'll be quiet, which is not what we need. But the one sort of shining light is the fact that we were willing to get Gahey in. So, and it was only due to unforeseen circumstances that it didn't happen. That's why I think we'll go and get him in January, because if we were prepared to pay 35 million for him in August, I think surely we'll be prepared to pay 15 to 20 in January if he's willing to go. And that is surely the best port of call for Crystal Palace, because surely they're not going to get anywhere near as much prize money or whatever with Gay in the team. They can go and reinvest it in someone else. For me, I think it's just the best solution for all parties to go and get him. I would avoid Upamecano like the plague, to be honest.
I'm the same.
Like, honestly, I don't see it. He's like an even more error-prone, Ibu Konaté. We got the better one out of the two when they were playing for Leipzig. So, yeah, Gay's the only centre-half I want regarding incomings anyway.
So what worries me, Connor, is a lot of the narrative now in the media, especially on the likes of Sky. Liverpool aren't really getting mentioned too much with Mark Gay anymore. There is a lot more conversation around the European clubs coming in. And I guess to add into that, I would say another name that I'd like to see mentioned in the mix is Ousmane Diomande from Sporting. I think he could be a decent alternative.
Yeah, there's been a few of those names thrown about. Like, we've seen links with what's other fella, Palace Lacroix, and then there was also like Nico Schlotterbeck and a few others. But I think Mark Gahey, I think Romano said the other day we're still kind of in talks with him, so it's not all dead and buried. And I think we'd only sign him in January. I think if say like Bayern Munich come in, then it forces our hand and we have to go in, like similar to with Luis Diaz, I say, when we signed him. I think other than that, I think we will just hope we get the guarantee that he wants to come to us next summer for free, or else we will move for someone like a Schlotterbeck, who will be seen as the Van Dijk replacement long term, rather than Mark Gahey, who will probably seen as the Konaté replacement if he's leaving. But yeah, I'm not feeling too optimistic about January, in all honesty. Like, I wouldn't be hopeful that's like a guarantee we sign someone, but we desperately do need a centre-back, because we can't go into the rest of the season with 3 centre-backs, 2 of them being fairly injury-prone as well. So, yeah, I do want one, but I'm not too optimistic on it.
And on the other side, Chris, with regards to a centre-back at the club that may leave, what's your gut feeling about Konaté at this point? Because I'm starting to wonder, is he falling down Madrid's pecking order a little bit? Madrid now looking at Mark Gay and thinking, well, he's probably a better fit. He's probably a better player. We could probably get him for a similar situation. And, if that happens, then what are Konaté's options? That what he would view as maybe even an upgrade from Liverpool? Because apart from PSG, I can't really think of any.
Exactly.
And even that, is that an upgrade, or is that just because that's his local team?
Exactly. It's such a weird one, isn't it? Like, there hasn't seemed to be anything come out about Konaté for like the last sort of month and a half. Honestly, if it's a flat 50-50 for me, like I'd happily, if he wanted to sign a new contract and he accepts the offer that have clearly been put on the table, great. I'm okay with that. If he leaves, it's sort of like I don't really care. I don't know. Like, if we go and sign Mark Gay, then for me that's an upgrade. So I honestly, I'm actually completely indifferent about it. Totally indifferent.
For me, Connor, the part of it that annoys me the most is the idea of another player leaving in their prime on a free. So we've just seen Trent do it. And if we lose Konaté, like, it's one thing if you're talking about a Bobby Firmino, where you're talking about somebody who's given, most of the prime of their career to Liverpool and the time's just up. This one, it would sting again for me, mate. And it would again make me ask, how are we letting this happen?
Yeah, I'd be hopeful that like Kanate should be the last of that lot. Like we went through a very turbulent time at the club where there basically was no sporting director there for a while. Like we had Jörg Schmadtke there, but all he wanted to do was trigger release clauses. He wasn't looking at
Crazy
contracts at
Jörg.
all. So what was that?
He was crazy, man. I love that guy.
What a summer though with them midfielders. Like he did revolutionise the club in fairness, but like contracts fell by the wayside. We let Van Dijk, Salah, and Trent all down to the end. We got two of them obviously, but Trent walked out. Kanate then is next, but I think long term I don't have any worries at that. Like I do think if the club gets any sniff of a player wanting to leave, we probably will sell them a year or two before they want to leave. But I think Kanate could be the last of that bunch that was kind of forgotten about, let's say, in that few year period there where we just wasn't really on our list of priorities at all.
So I want to move on to a conversation around Camavinga and Alexis McAllister in a moment, but something just popped into my head as we were talking about all these players and reviewing them. We haven't really spoken much, guys, about Georgi Mamardashvili and his few games now deputising for Alisson Becker. So for me, Chris, it's been a bit of a mixed bag with Georgie. I've seen some stuff that I've really liked. I've seen some stuff that's concerned me a little bit. Overall, I would say I wouldn't be there yet if Alisson decided tomorrow he was leaving to think, yeah, this is the guy. I'm still somewhat on the fence, but there are positive signs.
Yeah, I think his frame is unbelievable. He's absolutely huge, and he's got these telescopic limbs. Especially the save against, I think it was Chelsea. There was one save that it was just really, really good. Distribution wise, it's obviously, I think it's becoming less and less of a priority now with the fact that players can actually play out from, for example, from like goal kicks, centre backs can play out and things like that. As long as he can get the ball away from the goal, if he's good at saving the ball, it's just going to come back in vogue, really. I'm confident with him. I'm not happy with him on his right foot though. It's bad. Like, just please plaster him on his left, please.
Right, I give you an option now: keep Georgie or bring back Kelleher. Which one are you doing?
Keep Georgie.
Connor, your take on Mr. Mamardashvili so far?
Yeah, and just on that one as well, I take Mamardashvili long term over Kelleher, I think. But yeah, like he has looked decent to be fair. Like I don't think it's not like he's come in. Like I feel like a lot of clubs would have their second choice keeper come in and they'd instantly look shaky and not at all confident. But I think like he has that stature, he has that little bit of a career behind him that we know he is decent. And I think like apart from passing to his wrong foot, I think the players have started to settle in with him and kind of trust him. Like they know what they're dealing with behind him. But yeah, I don't think he's quite staking a claim to take Alisson's spot as number one just yet. But again, first couple of games, he's been absolutely fine. Like, I've no problem with him at all, really. Like, one or two instances, but overall, I thought he's looked pretty good considering he's only just come into the team.
He's not Freddie Woodman, though. Let's be honest.
He might be playing the cup game, isn't he?
Is he?
Report last night. Was a report what game was that? Was it a Palace
Against
game?
Palace? Oh, God.
Yeah,
no.
it was a report last night.
Listen, he won the Golden Glove in the Under-20 World Cup, so respect Freddie.
I mean, don't really know where to go with that one, but okay, fair enough. That's Rhian Brewster-esque, I think, but